nah. This is what I want to get into.
I braided my hair. That's why.
Yeah. Because there's this chat, right, about rappers, South African musicians that do not sound like their culture.
Yeah.
Right. And how you promote your own culture in terms of Tsonga. Like, I want to separate you from that song that you made, right? Which was in Tsonga, right?
Yeah.
But do you consider yourself an English musician?
I mean, like, my approach to the music, bruv, it doesn't matter what, like, genre or whatever.
What language or whatever, yeah.
I know what flavor I bring.
Yeah.
You feel me? You see how me I'm speaking in it?
Yeah.
That's how I present my shit even with music.
Yeah.
You see? So like actually like I know what works for me. So me I'm not like I'm not a boring person, bro. Like, I love like spicing shit up, all of that. So like even with music, it was just like me literally just let's tell a story, not even a story, let's just tell them what we do, like how we living. Yeah, that was my approach to like this shit.
I get that. Like, you know Nota, right?
Nota.
Yeah.
The YouTube bro.
Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of
things. It's not a YouTube bro, dog. It's a manager.
Yeah, I don't know. Regardless of what it is, there's something that he said once that has been like just rolling around in my head, right?
Okay.
Which was that he kind of discredited Shane Eagle and he said something like Shane Eagle sounds like he's
J. Cole or something.
Yeah, like a wannabe J. Cole, right? And it for me, that kind of like just got me thinking, right? Like, if I'm Tsonga, right, and I'm from Guyana, is me existing in Guyana part of my culture, or is it a deviation from my culture?
Beg your pardon?
Like, is like somebody like you, right? Like, if say in order for you to be Zulu, right? In order for you to be Zulu, you would have to be rapping in Zulu or speaking a certain way in Zulu. And if you're gonna make music and you want to be Zulu within your identity, then you would have to have things that people generally accept as being Zulu, right? But then if I speak English all the time, right? If I don't even know how to speak Zulu, but I'm Zulu, and I live or I'm Tsonga, you know what I mean? And I live in Guyana, bruh. You know what I mean? Okay, well, that's impossible. That would be like, let's not like get into like the sensation. But then I'm from Guyana. I know how to speak Tsonga. 90% of the time I'm speaking English, and that's because of the environment that I grew up in. So now my culture does the culture evolve? That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm asking. Like, do you feel like your culture, I mean, like a tribe called Gaza, bro, but your niggas ain't dressed like how Gaza niggas is, bro. I mean, you dressing like you Nikes, bro. You know what I mean? Some dope Nikes also, bro. Like, if I ever said, you know what I mean? Does that culture evolve, bro? Does it make sense for
I think
does a tribe called Gaza evolve and encompass that into the evolution of culture, and how your children maybe will not even speak Tsonga as a language? Maybe will probably learn it, maybe
but
study
not speak it. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Latin, bro. Like, who the fuck speaks Latin?
But a lot of people study
But there's a lot of
shit.
Latin Americans, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? And they also identify as that, right? So I want to hear. I don't know, bro. Like, maybe I'm forcing you into this chat because I'm such a politics, bro. That's my shit.
Can I open the segue?
Yeah.
I feel like with the whole language barrier and culture barrier, language and culture barrier, it's understanding that we found a place to put ourselves. Saying, Tsonga, but for instance, I can't speak Tsonga that good, not because I don't want to, but because I went to English medium schools. People that were speaking English, I went to school in Pretoria, niggas speaking Tswana. The only way you can engage is with English.
That's an interesting,
then I moved
that's an interesting
and it's
addition
English,
to that.
and it's English, and it's English, and it's English. The thing is, when we communicate and it's English,
you don't feel like, in a way, like, I'm gonna just play devil's advocate here, you know, like, in that way, that's how you got colonized in your mind.
Yeah, no, I understand that now,
So
but like back then,
it's Caleb hluphele in that field.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if man's still
Yeah.
still in that English shit like 24/7 or whatever. Nah, bro, it's still our.
Because I
blue
asked Black
hat
Myth,
thing,
I
bro.
asked Black Myth this last week. About how he also raps in Zulu.
Yeah.
He's not Zulu.
He's not Zulu. He's not.
You know what I mean?
Isn't it for me, right? There's a big difference between who you are and like who you are targeting, right? I can be targeting the whole nation for a certain message, right? I can be targeting you for a certain message.
Yeah.
But like, if I'm targeting the whole nation, I can't speak in Tsonga because only the Tsonga nation came. I will try speak in English and what.
Yeah.
For a certain
So
message,
can you sound
right?
like Travis Scott? Like, are you allowed to
Yeah,
sound
dog.
like
Yeah,
bro.
dog.
Yeah.
Look.
That's
look,
just you
Wait.
using the influence around you to your own advantage. If that
Like-
shit's gonna work for you,
Yeah.
who's stopping you? Bro?
Like, you know
Like,
what I can
trust
say
me.
on top of what he said, right? Like, if using the culture for what you can, right? Okay, hip hop is not from us. It
is from us,
No.
bro. It is
Black
from us,
Bruce,
bro.
Black Bruce, yes. But ang marmatonga.
Didn't like
I said some pen but he made Tsonga disco. No, listen.
Let me educate you on something.
No, wait. Before you go into that, man, what I'm trying to say is that you didn't hear Penny rap in hip hop, right?
No.
He did
That's
what
the
he
problem.
did. Listen,
I feel like that's the problem.
Listen.
Right there,
No.
bro, yeah.
I need to hit the point before you get the
okay,
problem.
good, get it.
right?
Yeah.
But what he did was assimilate his culture into whatever music he felt would pop. So, alright, sharp, right? If you like for a long time, right, in Instagram, I was only black and white. For a long time, dog. When I was talking about paper, it was only black and white. My shit was like
Papi.
No, like I'd go to Brahmin.
I was still on Twitter at that time.
You still had like, you know.
Like dyeing his hair.
I was dyeing my hair, dreadlocks,
yeah.
those vibes.
Crazy.
So like I was like, alright, chap, that's Tsonga Papi. But I understood for me, Tsonga Papi wasn't me. It was who people relate to in the culture.
Yeah.
Because I understood what image
Before
and
you
language
pass on
does,
to that,
right?
right, that
Wait. Image
Yeah.
and language,
Yeah.
right? Image and language are very important in the hip hop culture, right? Because what had happened, right? For what I've learned, this is a very important statement. From what I've learned, don't come correcting me with what you've learned. What I've learned.
come on.
So basically, right? Slaves got shipped. They got rid of the culture through whatever, and then they got the hip hop culture to contain the black culture.
That's
no.
wrong.
Yeah. From
Yeah.
what I've learned, that's what I'm trying to stop. From what I've learned, so
Yeah.
I'm trying to make you understand from what I've learned.
Yeah.
Right. So after they got the culture, okay, this is hip hop. They started telling their own stories.
You think
right?
hip hop came from
Wait.
the slave
This is
Okay,
what
yeah.
I'm learned.
Yeah.
Né? So you can get the point. So from what I've learned is like the culture is taken away, they made something new, right? And they put all the energy from the old culture into something new. So that the new generation can relate to what their culture is about. So let me take it back to a Tribe Called Gaza, right?
No, stop.
No. Wait. I wanna have it. Let me have it.
Listen,
Let me have it. No.
I
Let me
need to
have it.
correct you.
No.
I need to correct
I have
you.
to. No. I have to say. Listen,
Time out.
I have to say how I learned it. So
I get you.
No,
I
so
get
you
you.
understand how I got this thing.
Okay, do your thing.
No,
Go,
because like
yeah.
you have to understand how I learned it. Because how I learned it is how I look at my life and I feedback. Because if I learned it a different way, it would be a different strategy, right? So I need you to understand where I learned it from and how I learned it.
I just want to correct you at one point.
If you correct me, then you're gonna miss my whole point entirely. I need you to
I feel like I get your point.
No. My point is, okay, sharp. Then I learned the hip hop culture through that, right?
Yeah.
And then in a Tribe Called Gaza, you have to understand this part very clearly, right?
Yeah.
Me and him, we've never lived in the same poses. We've never done the same thing.
No.
We've never been doing the same thing at the same time. Maybe at least now we're overlapping. But we've never, me and him can't work together because we do two different things. We are in two different
We do
fields.
like two different
but we're
fields,
always
yes.
in the same time. And that's where the overlapping of culture, right? In terms of the bigger hip hop culture comes into the Gaza culture.
Yeah.
That's where I come back to A Tribe Called Gaza.
That's why I feel like you're moving away, and why I need to address something that you
but
said first.
you need to
That's why,
understand.
like, right now you're moving on to something else.
No, but you need to understand my mindset.
I get that. I just need to have like one correction.
And our people need to catch up with this shit.
Yeah. Do you know Africa Bambata, bro?
Yeah. I
You know
know.
what I mean?
I know the real
hip hop. Like hip hop, bro.
It came to Zulu.
From the way I understand it, at least, because I feel like you like said, I don't think we should say who's right and who's wrong, but then the way I understand it is that some dudes from America, right, took a tour to Africa and got here, and they were hearing how, you know, like logo pata shibongo shower, you know what I mean? And how, and in a way, that's kind of like you just feeling yourself, bro. You know what I mean? Like, and the culture of you
coming
flexing
back from the mountains.
Exactly. You know what I mean? That's you flexing who you are, who you come from, who was the person that birthed you, who came after that person, and why that person was dope. You know what I mean? What they associate with. You know what I mean? Like Ndlovu. You know what I mean? Angala. You know what I mean? Tontolovan. You know what I mean? Those things. Bro. You know what I mean? Like just basically like just flexing, bro, and like you bigging up yourself. And this is why I also always go back to why I am hip hop. You know what I mean? And hip hop, in a sense of that, it's taken from how black people were able to reinstate their own self-esteem and who they are in their culture. You get what I mean? And that only comes from how Africans basically describe their surname, bruh. Reading your surname. And that's where like Africa Bambata, when he came here and he saw that, took it back and was like, yo, bro, you know what I mean? What's that the Boondocks theme song? Exactly that, bro. Like, I think that's I don't know, like at the top of my head.
From the start, right? I'm the builder refused. I am the visual, the inspiration that made them ladies sing the blues. I am the.
You get what I mean?
Oh, I am the wait. I am the stone that the builders refused.
I am the
visuals, the inspiration that made the ladies sing the blues. If you listen to blues, what do they sing about? Hard times.
You get what I mean? So that's. You get what I mean?
Max is a rapper, ain't it?
You get what I mean, bro? That's how I understand hip hop, bro. And that's how I know that it comes from me, bro. It comes from where I was born. It comes from what I'm doing every day, bro. It might have been marketed because America is like, you know, it's a TV screen, bro. You know what I mean? It might make everything look dope, but then it all comes from here. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's how I understand hip hop and the origins of hip hop. You know what I mean? And that's why I feel like everybody's hip hop. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And anything can be hip hop as long as you have your self-esteem, bro. And if you come from a group of people that were not meant to feel like they are dope, you know what I mean? You will always find a haven in hip hop because hip hop will let you tell you that, yo, bro, this is what you have to be. You have to be. Your ego must come out, bro. You know what I mean? You have to think you're dope. You can't rap if you don't think you're dope.
Yeah, and that's the funniest thing, right?
You can't be timid, bro.
Have you ever
I feel like with me, like, dog, I feel like I became the coolest brew back home for like just being me.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm trying to preach to these cats.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even with the music.
Can I ask, have you ever met a rapper with low confidence, self-esteem, or those vibes? Never.
Nah.
If you are a rapper and you have low, you whack.
Exactly. You can't be like, yo, bro. Yeah, I do a little bit of rapping. You know?
Dog, if a nigga says that,
you gotta
do
say,
a little bit of rapping. You know he is about to get fucked up.
That's amazing for people to experience, bro. I'm so for that. You know what I mean?
So like now you have Jiggy Nigga.
Yeah.
So with that, you have this Tonga boy that's like from the streets.
Yeah.
So you listening to my music, like literally paying attention to like what I'm saying. You got the Tonga boy that's like, you know, in the streets.
Yeah.
That's where I'm coming with this shit. You feel me? That's just like me using like what's happening around me, just like literally using everything happening around me to my own advantage.
Yeah.
Literally. So like with that, mine's been like, dog, I'll be out here just literally talking about everything that's happening around me. And then with that, you have kids that are gonna like use that one day to just create shit, say some more shit, just boost confidence in it. So like with that, bro, it's like bro, just information, sharing information in it.
Yeah, and we have to share information.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, that's why we always documenting, and we feel like these things need to be documented as early as it is, because 10 years from now, what you guys are gonna be, bro, this story is gonna be amazing. You know what I mean? This is where you were 10 years ago. Right now.
Stop. Namanyora phela fike yisus bakuwena kasufamba namani showcase samsokolo can get tholakala yena matikikaya siyanyamalala bakushoot to the other side, some vibes ain't used to khahlela my soft touch when Antwana was an issue phela bhora was sitting pie come alive there was Spanish labo popa in the meantime and coming us this in this and ice cream vele nova pantula. Like I don't need to be like listening to Connect Black to come up with that shit.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Nah, dog.
That's
Just me in the streets. That's like just everything happening in the streets.
You're not related to this verse, right?
Yeah.
Someone was this. What times are they? Ice cream pie, ice creams.
Which one?
Yo, I love ice cream dates.
You like,
I feel
like you're lit right now.
Hey, my boy. I've been waiting for this time.
Smoke a sticky in it.
Yeah.
Can we have another halftime break? I need to pee.
Let's smoke a sticky in it.
Guys,
we're good.
Guys, I real interviews like this. Are we on?
Like, oh shit.
No,
like,
no, you have to.
We just had a refill break.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like the camera is gonna like, no, we do not smoke, dog.
Nah,
can you please play that?
So,
sorry, can you please play
bad,
the last 10 seconds?
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Nah, that's okay.
It's fine. We had a refill break, and show your drink there. You know what I mean? That
Man,
shit has been refilled.
Yeah, this is like orange juice, but
Shit
then
has been refilled.
like apple in it.
But we're not gonna show the beer that we're drinking because Caleb said that we're not
You
supposed
niggas are drinking beer, Evan.
Yeah.
It's juice now.
We're not endorsing nobody.
Yeah.
That's not paying.
But what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna talk about Network Sunday, bro.
Yeah.
And Network Sunday is a dope idea that some kids in Guyana, namely, I don't know if Austine was involved in it.
I always headline their shandas.
But you got into this chat with just homies, and then your chat with these homies turned into a phenomenon, I think, you know what I mean? A dope movement. I remember seeing D. Michaels was selling his CDs at the first Network Sunday.
That was the second one.
Yeah, that was the second one. Wasn't it the first one?
No. It was the second one.
It was the first one. Bro.
No, it was the second one, trust.
Okay.
When D. Michaels was selling
We never had no stores in the first one.
Yeah. Shout out to D. Michaels though. He was the first episode. The first episode of RepYourKasi ever was with D. Michaels at youth camp, bro.
I feel like he's gonna be the first nigga in Guyana to actually sell platinum.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like
Like, you mean
I feel like I'll do that.
Like in terms of what he has built and the network he has built, comparing it to the parallels. When I say parallels, it's not direct. But like the parallels to the way the industry moves and the way they use Kasis as
what if like platinum is like small for that brew?
No, it is though, because it's 45
like,
people buying your songs.
Michaels, bro, I feel like that nigga is like, it's supposed to be there. You understand? It's like we have your penny, Thomas. We're like us now, Guyanians.
Sign free, bro. Like those
niggas. Those niggas.
Those
niggas.
like
get sign free.
niggas used to be like here for like dog. Those niggas should be like in the scene for like forever and ever. It doesn't matter if they're selling gang copies or whatever. But then like for a fact they're in the scene, bro. We appreciate that shit.
Alright, so let's get back to Network Sunday, right?
Yeah.
Like, how does Network Sunday come about? Like, for you?
Okay, for me, a lot of shit to say.
I'm not. If I try segue, please.
Yeah.
So, Adi.
Say less. I'm
cool. Oh yes. Gorgeous boys in the building. We weren't trying to be like that, but what's
we weren't trying to be like that.
But then handle, bro.
So, okay. I am in Guyana, right? I have just lost the contract for Spanel. I have been.
You lost it, like they fired you. You got fired.
I got fired.
Yeah, they fired you as
Yeah, right.
yeah.
Lost contracts for Spanel. I got academically excluded from Scala, right? And I'm in Josie on some, what the fuck am I doing here, right?
Yeah.
But this man is trying to party every single weekend, right? Because that's his lifestyle. Because for me, right, partying is no. Listen, partying for us is not partying, dog.
Yeah.
How many contacts did you get last night?
No.
How many contacts?
Contacts.
And people think
A lot.
How many contacts you get from Great Day?
People's party.
Dog, you get shoots from Great Day.
I don't even post like videos whenever I go out because like dog, I'm not trying to like put that image in it for like people to like just like put me in some other like class or whatever or like classify me.
You know how I actually got
Network Sunday.
We're moving away from Network
No. Listen. You have to understand the inception from me.
Okay.
So I come from me and the Bruce trying to build a tribe called Gaza, and I'm in home and I can't do shit because the culture isn't that side. Like the visualization of the culture isn't that side. Isn't Johannesburg, right? I'm in Guyana, right? Alright, sharp. So I do this little thing, right? In the lockdown, they say 21 days. So I was like, alright, the 21-day challenge, and I was producing beats, new beats, and other shit that I didn't release for 21 days. And after that, it was a Thursday. So I was like, hey, let me do a weekly series of DJ tapes because I do that shit.
Yeah, Thursday therapy.
Yeah. So I do the first one, and Benzo's like, can I be on the next episode? Nigga, I'm trying to do this shit on my own, but like.
You have a Benzo story.
Yeah, like Benzo's like.
I have a Benzo story.
I want to be on your next episode, and I
people are not gonna like my
I switched,
story.
like I really switched. I won't lie, I switched up the whole plan that I wanted because I just want to build myself, right? And then he showed me a way like I can build the community and I can be selfless in it. And then he was doing conversations with Benzo.
Yeah,
and
with
then
Benedict,
I was like, with Benedict. And I was like, alright, let me do Thursday therapy the format that it has been running. And from there, right, I was in Guyana and there was a month in September, right? I came back to just highlight the Bruce, party with the boys, shoo with the and thrift, get them strays, look cool and shit.
Delicious vibes.
I go back home, right? Before I go back home, I DM the boy on Instagram. I'm like, hey, I want to host Thursday therapy every single weekend. And from
Is
there,
it DM Benzo?
No, I DM Korula.
Corolla, yeah.
I DM Korula. I'm like, I'm trying to host Thursday therapy every single weekend, right? Yeah. So, what was the inception of Thursday therapy in terms of like hosting it, right? There was this thing where we did. It was the boys and I, right?
Me and Bongani.
Oh yeah. Again.
They part. Listen, like if you can understand.
Again. Bro,
if you can understand this, these niggas and Bongani partied in Mabuning. Then they're like, "Can you please host?"
Yeah.
Then the boys called me and they're like, "Dala." Then we dialed it, right? So now we're in Guyana and I'm like, yo, there's no vibe, there's no nothing. So I call the boy, I DM him, and then we start talking, and then that's where it initialized. Hey, who owns it? Me, I own Thursday therapy. I'm good with my shandies. Y'all will figure that shit out later on, right?
Yeah.
And then
basically, Spora last Thursday is like
a continuation of Thursday therapy.
Going to
Network Sunday.
Yeah. Like leads it builds onto
me and Bongani used to host Shakers every last Thursday of the month.
Yeah.
To call that shit Spora last Thursday.
Yeah.
You feel me? And then we had to involve like
I did graphics and DJ.
Yeah. All that shit, the presentation, all of that shit. Yeah. The team.
So basically,
it was the third brute, just join the whole gang and everything, just trying to do a lot of crazy shit.
Yeah. And then from there it was location. Nsami Dam, right? You all have to understand that there was a culture before Network Sunday, right? Where people will go to Sami Dam on a Sunday, go to Washkopo, and Washkopo right?
Like eating scopo for Tonga dudes is
a
bonding.
meeting.
It's bonding 101.
Case. We don't even buy bottles. We need like case.
Yes, you know what I mean? Scopo vibes,
So that was the couch.
Not even the an ox head, pork one.
No.
Yeah,
Pork.
Kumele wewe koma ka checha,
Original.
wewe koma ka A grade hot farms, kumele wewe koma ka jama shakene.
Oh,
said.
Akela, bro.
Akela.
Yeah, he cooks that shit.
Akela does some nice stuff.
I've seen
So,
his presentations
from-
like, on Facebook and shit, like Mazio.
I've had it. I've like eaten
For real?
it. Yeah.
Oh, I have like Nzala, you know Manzali, right?
No.
Nzala, how did you Nzali?
From where?
Like section A, other like OG. Yeah, he has like this.
Oh, yeah. Oh, sure, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Go D2, even him.
The dude with the golf, man.
If you know Manzali, you know the streets. Trust.
So it's from there, right? And then it built to like what it built in terms of like hype, because hype can only take you so much.
Yeah.
And I really, right? So you have to understand where I'm trying to connect that. I lost my contract and I was done with Skilla. Oh, Skilla was done with me.
Yeah, Skilla was done.
The books in bed.
Yeah.
So I'm inside, right? And I'm like, yo, I know I have skills and I need to put the shit to work. And that was me putting it to work, right? In terms of like giving something that has no name, something that has no face, a name, brand, image, lining, colors. You have the whole aesthetics of it, right? Of how it looks, how it should feel and shit like that. The deco, how certain things should look in a presentation, how it should look in a place. Because
aesthetics of it, yeah.
the
Because
whole
I feel like that's
aesthetics.
lacking on a lot of like art from the hood, right?
Yeah.
It's the aesthetics of it. Like last week, I had dope fella, right? And he's doing like graphics, right? And like just looking at like people's album arts and all of that. And I feel like that's something that I think niggas from the hood, in terms of their art, lack. It becomes very
this nigga speaking some truth, bro. I'm just
it's something that like a lot of niggas from the hood like. I also like didn't care about it also, because when I was dropping music, I just felt like, yo, bro, all that matters is
the music.
Is the music, and I feel like that's a chat that you and I had also last night at the people's party.
Shout out to the people's party.
You know what I mean?
Hey,
And I
too
want
much.
you. I don't know, bro. Like that's the reason why I was like, yo, bro, this homie would be dope to have chats with here, right?
Yeah.
Because of what you were saying about that. That what are artists that come from these places that do not have this access to, you know, what's this what's the word I'm looking
The
for?
culture.
Yeah, what the culture needs for it to look dope.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you can be dope, but I feel like you need to look dope in order for people to realize that you're dope. You know what I mean? Like you could be
connect with like just like different like, you know, people.
Connect with
like,
the
like
aesthetics.
different levels in it.
Yeah. So the aesthetic of it, like the graphics of it, you know what I
Very
mean?
different ways to
the
connect with,
content,
like,
the content,
And it grew from there to what it was, and for me,
To what it
right,
is.
to what it is.
Yeah.
Or rather, I say what it was because I'm no longer a part of it. So I feel like
yeah.
that project in my mind, in terms of like waking up.
You know, I saved your. You know, I screenshotted your Instagram post.
Which one up with this one?
When I said done.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So for me, it was.
Do you want
like,
to talk about that?
We want to talk about that.
Dog.
Do we need to talk about that?
Nah, you don't have to talk about that one. Because, like, you guys, if you watch my Instagram, you know how I am. I barely show my face. It's just music and shit.
Yeah.
Like, I show you what I'm doing.
I don't know, bro. I feel like
I
feel like there's a lot of you.
Now
There's a lot of
you.
There's a lot of you in it. Yeah, you know what I mean.
From like black and white to like color.
Like you told me, took a video of a picture and then whooped into the shot. You know what I mean? And stood and then did some.
Literally.
You know,
You know,
okay, Ken.
But, like, for me, right, I won't lie, nah, and I want to say this, like, on Kid, right?
Yeah.
What I was trying to build from Network Sunday, from the inception of me meeting up with the homie, right?
Yeah.
Was building a culture where creatives could thrive in terms of performing their art.
A market, yeah.
Performing your art does it. Okay, I'm a painter. How do you perform a painting? You showed on an art gallery. We had paintings.
A lot of
The
them.
art gallery. You cook. art gallery. You make music, art gallery. You get what I mean? Everything is art, and that was my aim. And once a business deviates from its vision, it's no longer profitable. Once a business deviates from its vision, it's no longer marketable.
Like that's the thing when, like, you know,
you saying that's what happened.
Like if iPhone, imagine now iPhone has Bluetooth to everyone.
Yeah.
You can Bluetooth
That's
to
the thing with,
everyone.
like,
You don't have to use Apple
look,
Music. Nah,
that's the thing with, like, I feel like that's the thing with, like, local cats.
Yeah.
Bruv, okay, we can have like something that's gonna like boom and work for like now, but then once get too comfortable in that, you know, quick.
Yeah.
Just like taking pictures like back home. You don't have a lot of kids taking pictures back home because like it's just, to them it's the same space, the same environment, the same surrounding. You feel me? You can't even like you don't even
think out the box.
Nah, it's difficult at the end of the day.
So like with like network, right? Like that's basically artists or creatives.
No.
Or creatives.
That was my envisionment of
it, right? Yeah.
Once I realized that envisionment would never come through.
But you say you started Network Sunday.
No, I was part of the 3 niggas.
You're part of 3 niggas.
That sat down and said we are going to do an event called Network Sundays.
Yeah.
And that event had
it's beautiful, bro.
It's very beautiful, bro. Like
I think you guys should, like, you know, find a way in which you can, like,
niggas a stop on back.
You know, find a way that, because everybody supports it, bro.
Yeah, and
everybody loves it.
You're gonna need some new shit to support.
But then, like, niggas back home make it difficult for you to approach.
Honestly, from my side, you're gonna need some new shit to support if you want to support my vision. Because I'm just not trying to have events. I don't care about like partying and shit.
But then besides,
I care about like Austine going to perform. Right? I care about artists going to perform. I care about painters showing the artwork in Guyana, dog. I care about like DJs playing their shit. I care about DJs' names getting blown up.
DJs getting paid, bro.
Getting the money, getting the rags, dog. No way.
That literally don't, like,
I don't care about my name like that.
I don't even care about that, like, you know, the cats that are making the event.
Dog. The shit is about the people you see, dog. You never go to like a spring fiesta and you're like, oh, there's this nigga called Marcus that owns Spring Fiesta. Fuck Marcus, dog. I want to see Vinny Da Vinci after Black Coffee playing back to back.
So
old
Marcus
school house,
never stop.
No way, dog.
They always think, my event is like, you know,
it's about the
hustle shit right now.
No ways.
So do you think like it's almost like always that the creatives kind of put themselves within what they created, and feel like whatever it is that I created should big me up instead of it belonging to the culture.
If I'm making music, if there's like network Sunday thing is Sunday happening back home, dog, I know I'm safe. I should feel safe. You feel me?
Like you're gonna work. You're gonna get work.
Even though you get work. That's what it's
says
supposed
fuck
to be about.
Austine. Even if Josie says fuck Austine,
feel me?
You going back home.
Back to building our own game minutes. But then these blues are like literally shutting this smaller than the doors like it's nothing, bro. Like, these blues ain't trying to have chats with like just like young creative in it. You feel me? It's shit like, okay, since you the brew that approach me, I don't need to pay you, or I don't need to like say much, but then okay, what are you bringing to the table? Me, if your shit is dope or whatever, me it's just a yes, and then I move on to the next one. You see? So it's never okay, good now, okay. I saw like this other boy, like just it's never like shedding light to just like young creatives in it, but then it's always about like those brews up there, not even up there, but then those brews like handling like, you know, the whole events. It's always about them and like how at the end of the day their shit is like, you know, doing the most.
For them, not because for me, right? I feel like
handle it like an event.
The first event had like the biggest community in terms of like
I was in, bro. I was sold, bro. Do you understand? You understand how sold I was, bro?
Cause like
I was in, like, even today, like, I'm still like, yo, bro, like, I still support it and what it is, and
bless me.
I just feel like, you know, there has been, and I feel like we have liberty to talk about this because you guys have made it public about these things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If it was things that we just talked about in private, and I don't think, you know what I mean? I would not feel like we should talk about it like right now within this. But then I feel like, you know, everything that has happened has been made public and should be a chat on itself. You know what I mean? Komati was supposed to come through for chats. Alright, so like we took a little break. Obviously,
that was like,
we took a very intuitive break. You know what I mean? Off camera chats. You know, but then I need you to wrap up the Network Sunday chats, bro.
Okay. So for me, right, Network Sunday is a 2-part thing, right?
Yeah.
It's I want to do my own thing.
Yeah.
And I want to build a community, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me start with the community because that's actually my main goal, right? I didn't leave all this shit just to be a lone nigga, because I couldn't run. I wouldn't have joined shit like if I felt like I was a lone nigga, right? But okay, sharp. Community. My dad is a pastor.
Yeah.
He evangelized. When I was 8, I used to like go to like random places and like he would stand under a tree and preach and shit.
Storytelling is just wild.
He would preach and shit, and then alright, chap, mom's is a social worker. Then when you go back to pause after dad is preaching and shit, mom's is busy with like some woman you know as a nurse.
Progressive shit, yeah.
Yeah, like she's like, okay, what's happening with your life in Shandy's? And I felt like because my parents are there, I have to go there, right? And that's where my life showed. And then with growing the culture, right, it was moving out of X-Clips, because you have to understand that was, for me, that was a very big step.
Moving out of X-Clips.
Yeah, because it was, we made this shit.
You were still young in it though.
Yeah, like it's high school.
It's a fiction
That's
I
high
made.
school, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it's really,
What's going on now though?
what's funny
What are you
now?
on about now?
Yeah, what
should like people should expect from like
what's popping?
from like black and white to color.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Okay, no,
Why
no,
is like in color now?
Okay. I went through black and white, right, because of my own depression, and I felt like stories need to be told, real true shit, right? And that's
Wasn't
the black.
I thought black and white was like the zebra.
No. It goes into that. It goes into that. It goes. It's deep.
It's like
Okay, right.
Why did you guys choose a zebra? Like, I'm sorry,
No.
Why
okay,
Me,
no.
Why is zebra?
golf
cross.
Oh, because it's
That's that shit. And it's not like for me. It's like it's
we
not
had zebra.
that's
Giraffe, bro.
I
The
would
golf
walk
course,
out like
you know.
past like golf course, and I would see like buses of like kids coming from like like
and that was nice
coming to
time.
see like those zebras
And the
I'm
giraffes.
like, oh shit,
The
like,
impala nyana.
I'm
you know what I
literally
mean?
living here and I'm
Bro, do you think they
it's
have
not-
like where do you think they put those animals?
They still
It's
there.
like huge, bro.
I said to my checker, the
The
one.
space is like huge.
I don't know. I haven't seen a giraffe
Space
at the
like-
golf
No,
course.
me, I've
so-
seen a
What?
giraffe at times.
Like Masudi
Like in
one,
New York, I think like 3 years have passed and I haven't seen a giraffe.
I've seen a giraffe. I've seen a zebra.
Yeah.
I've seen an impala at in a Mangombe Game Reserve,
Yeah.
right? But at that section here, R14.
Yeah.
That's where the impalas come alive,
Yeah.
right? In the front they don't. But
Yeah.
anyways, in terms of like the zebra shit, right?
Yeah.
It's more of okay, right? We've seen like zebras and giraffes in our shit, right? And I felt like when I came to Pretoria and Nelspruit, it's like a black and white shandies where you black if you're not accepted, you white if you're accepted. And that way.
Shouts to Nicole right there, man. Like, shouts
Say
to-
less.
Shouts to Nicole. Nicole, I feel like you need to pull up on camera. Just like,
Show off. Please show off
Like
just
your
a
white
little
fingers.
bit. Show off just a little bit.
Yeah, just show your white
Come on.
fingers, man.
So
Yeah.
it came back to that shit.
Yeah.
Where you, if you're white, you accepted.
Yeah.
If you're black, you're not accepted.
Yeah.
And when I came to Josie, I wasn't accepted at all, dog. I was doing trap like before, like young thug times. I'm a stoner. I was doing trap like beats in terms of like beats. And like when you go to studio, these niggas tell, fuck you, nah, you don't know this shit. Now you're using FL loops, why don't you use Cubase? Why don't you use, fuck you niggas.
Yeah.
Y'all niggas know that FL is the shit right now. Alright, okay, move on to that shit, right? So it's more of like...
Yeah, he doesn't want Cubase niggas, bro. Like, what
fuck Cubase niggas, dog. You can do everything.
Let niggas go through that.
You go through
life.
You go through a depression that you don't
Let
need
niggas go through that.
Rizla uses Cubase.
You went through that too, right?
Nah, I never went through...
Rizla, who's a legend in production, uses Cubase.
Shout out to Rizla, but all the other Cubase users...
Yeah.
It's whatever.
I reckon. Alright, sharp. Back to guys. So, alright, sharp. So that was the initialization of the black and whites.
Yeah.
I felt like I didn't belong in Guyana, but I'm from Guyana.
Yeah.
I have to rep Guyana. No ways I'm not gonna come to Josie and be like, I'm from where, I'm from Nelspruit, I'm from Victoria. I live there, but I'm not from there. I'm from Guyana, so I have to rep the cause. Yes. And I felt that the stripes, you have to earn your stripes.
Yeah.
You can't check if you don't do
zebras with
you
stripes.
can't have lines if you didn't earn them stripes.
My side, which
no
like
ways.
zebras.
Yeah.
You see, like, okay, black and white,
Yeah.
but then not your.
Yeah.
Would be okay. It's if you're okay from like Guyana and like okay, you grew up like during like those times where like that shit used to come out, you see zebras on a regular like it's nothing. So like for me. Every stripe, dog. Like every stripe is just like that's like
certification.
Well, yeah, you can put it like that. At the same time, it's like shit. Like every stripe like represent like what you're on about.
Yeah.
You feel me? Everyone from back home, creative, going back to me, I'm all about like growth and just like creatives in it. You see, so like going back to like creatives back home. And just using the zebra to like just present their shit out there. It's just like them literally just telling different stories with like stripes.
Yeah, because they earned that shit.
You get me? I was about to say that shit, but then you finished my sentence. That's cool. He get me. Like more questions in it.
Yeah. But that was the initialization of Tribe Called Gaza and it.
Yo, bro, like, I think we need to wrap this up. Like, I feel like there's a lot of chats, you know.
Can I say one last sentence?
Have your last sentence.
Or like 5.
Sure. Right, okay.
Because we know you now.
We know.
Okay, so if y'all don't know, right, the location we're shooting at, right, that building, right, my dad used to
not opposite, next door to the National Energy Regulator, South Africa, in Pretoria, Arcadia. 526. It's 526. 526.
Every single Sunday, my dad used to preach down there, right?
Yeah.
And I'll
literally here.
Literally here, boy. Literally
526.
That's how
I don't know, bro. This is probably like 5'2". It's probably like 525. 525 Arcadia. It's called the Arcadia, the Arcadia Mall or something.
So Pops used to pastor, and then I really felt like my voice is not being the community, but uplifting the community.
Yeah.
Because I didn't feel shit till I was in Guyana.
Yeah, I can relate to that.
I didn't feel shit until I told Guyana stories, right?
Yeah.
I didn't feel shit until I was like, hey, yo, I want to bring up Guyana.
Yeah.
Because for me, a lot of what growing up is about is not growing as yourself, but it's growing the gap between you and your neighbors.
Yeah.
That's gorgeous.
Alright, sharp, okay, sharp.
Fact, that's a lot of sentences. That's a lot of last sentences. I don't know, bro. I haven't counted. Yeah.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't know.
Yeah.
You know why?
Yeah.
In my personal belief, right?
Yeah.
Sharp. So the Indians came through, right? The Indians came through whenever they came through and they started doing their business and it grew. And they moved into hardware and they concentrated into hardware and they concentrated into providing the black community with essential services, right? I saw this shit when COVID hit, right? Spa was fully packed, but you go to the Makula and you come back in like a minute, dog. and that's what they do, essential services.
I have
right?
a problem with you calling, like, saying that makula. But it's okay.
Makula
Yeah,
is, for me right now, I don't feel like it's a. If it is offensive, please call me out.
Yeah, I mean, like,
I'll
Indian,
accept that, right?
you know, like,
But my friends,
I feel like
my
we need
friends-
to respect people's
my friends-
identities. Yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah.
So okay, my friends would provide everything that we couldn't get at shops, right? And then I started to see the community that my friends have, the people that don't. Yeah, sharp. So my friends would. Sigis.
That's like 5 minutes now.
Yeah, like, this is the last sentence.
Alright, sharp. Alright, my friends provide. Then I'm like, what do I provide in my community as a single sole person? And I understood that, and from there I went to building that narrative. And it deviated from meeting business partners that have different visions from you, right? What I understand from Austine, right? A lot of what I understand from Austine is what I capture from Tribe Called Gaza. We don't necessarily have the same vision in terms of hitting the same market or hitting the same target, but what we understand is our collective contribution in terms of a culture, right? I'm not going to deviate from him, right? Because we have a turmoil, right? We're going to work through that turmoil because we understand the contribution. Me and you, we contribute to something, and I feel like if we disagree, rather we face our disagreement, right, in turmoil, right?
And that's how creative they're supposed to be.
Yeah, like,
with each
but
other,
we can
work
still
from the same
work
point.
together.
Because you guys know each other. Yeah.
We need to work together because, like, I really feel like Yanni has a lot of potential, guys.
RepYourKasi, GY,
Guys,
you know what I mean?
If you're not from Guyana,
Austine creative,
if you
the boy with the delicious vibe with me.
Yeah.
Boy,
I think that's what in his last sentence Tech Flow was trying to say.
I'm done.
So it's been another episode of RepYourKasi, the
crazy.
third. This is the longest episode we've ever had because, like, you know,
gonna have to make it short.
exactly. Like, homie,
I wonder what they're gonna cut out.
Homie had a lot to say. We took a lot of pauses, you know, in this.
Shout out to Musaldi.
Shout out. Yeah.
Bro. Say less, bro. Say less.
Shout out to the big homie, dog.
Shout out to the big
Easy,
dog,
bro.
man.
Yes.
We had to take a lot of, like, pauses within because there was, like, just so much that we had to cover, and we feel like sometimes we do not want to be. As much as people need to take out what they feel in their hearts, what we're not trying to do here is encouraging bad energy. And as much as there is bad energy in how we interact with each other, it should not necessarily be what we remember and what we put on record and say that this is what we are, right? Because these are all the things that we can always work through conversation, through us just loving each other, and through us just understanding the type of culture that we're trying to get to. And that's just growth, man. You know what I mean? I felt like within this, you know, there's a lot of, like, chats that we had off camera that we're just necessarily just venting because of how people feel, but the positive energy that comes into how much input and that goes into what we're trying to create here is amazing, and is, you know, something that we would have to document, right? So
we need more.
We had a little bit of a lit chat, you know.
I was having apple juice in it. This nigga was sipping
the apple
whole
juice.
time. I didn't know.
The apple juice kind of slipped in, you know what I mean? But I think we had a very dope session, and we covered a lot of things, you know. And I want to thank the both of you for pulling up, bro. You know what I mean? I appreciate it so much that you guys came to talk to me. You know, and
sugar, a lot of it.
You know, I really do. And yo, man, third episode, RepYourKasi. We're gonna do 7 more for this season. Shout out, bro.
Let's go.
And it's a wrap.
Hey, sure. Soon as I'm a fan of a